Continue. Man, you know what's really funny is that these 114s are 0 augments. So like, just imagine. Could be doing 120s, to be honest. But I'm not like trying to concentrate on God DH, so I'm not augmenting the God DH side. I'm just gonna save it to go straight to another build. Double kill. Nice porcupines. And the Lee is following behind me. Healed it up or something? Yeah. That's bad. Oh, I see the power. Power to end. Gotta get this LOD gem to 20, at least 25. Ooh. Okay, this is not bad. Not a bad one. It has the 12 max discipline for UE Demise Legacy. That's nice. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. This one's worth the screenshot, I think. Very nice. Do I... Where's my Demise Legacy? This one. Let's replace that. Continue. Are there any monsters? Not likely with the Hulk mix. Red spiders. Ooh. Hmm. Never saw that on the edge. Wow. Just thinking about the pylon. I hope it's not over there. I mean, still quite suspicious about it, but it's okay. It's just a 114. Teleporting spinner. Bye. Spawn. Yeah, the next one will have the LG at 25. And then I can stop empowering again for a bit. Let's go. Okay, blue elite illusionists. Right. Power. Missile dampening. Wonder if it's this way or not. Oh. Went to a dead end. This is a little too many monsters anyways. Just give me my ancient chess piece, please. Lots of other pieces. Maybe an ancient helmet that has a direct resist because mine doesn't. In the list on the bottom left in the chat says nope, it's not an ancient. Alright, let's continue gambling chests pieces. Not that it's a good way, but I'm needing a chess piece.
You look like you could use a new one. I didn't even know I had that thing.
Yep, it's getting worse now.
Fortune favors the do come back again. See you soon. Hello. I need to go back.
Well fought, Nephilim.
I've become stronger.
Alright, now that the LOD gem is 25, I think I need to work on another gem that I need as well to 25.
You must choose my
Let's empower them so that I can move on to something else later that isn't empowering.
need more time.
Why are there so many consecutive?
Not ready yet.
That was an early shield.
I'm still waiting. Do you want more? Need more time. I'm still waiting. Bleed, you filth! Need more time. Not ready yet. Do you want more?
Okay, chickens with a conduit.
Need more time. I'm still waiting.
Do I go this way or that way? This way looks weak. Let's go this way.
Not ready yet.
Power. Alright. Well, bye bye. Rift Guardian spawn. Peace.
The Rift Guardian is found.
I'm
Alright, where's the stricken at? Here. Let's work on this stricken.
I am returning to town.
Well done, champion.
My respect.
Brave the rifts. You will be well rewarded.
Oculus Ring. Ghost Elite. Will probably follow. So, so walling anyways.
I'm still waiting.
Alright. Let's check this way.
Do you want more time? Not ready yet.
Okay, speed pylon.
I'm still waiting. That was just a taste. How satisfying. Need more time.
That was a spinner.
I'm still waiting. Darkness awaits you. Not ready yet.
Right?
I'm
That
still
orb didn't get looted by the 60 yards. So sad.
need more time. Sweet revenge. Not ready yet.
The Rift Guardian.
Need more time.
I am skilled at clarifying gems.
I am returning to town.
Your valor is unsurpassed.
I've become more formidable.
Ancient 10 CR. That's not bad. Why is the damage range so low? It's not bad. This is a decent Demon's Demise to start. But, like, why is the damage range so low? Hmm. I guess it's another screenshot worthy. With the 10 CDR. High dexterity. Sadly, it's only 187. You want it to be like 195 plus, but okay. Need to start sorting Do I have a Demon's Demise? Yeah, I did. I was like, I have a different one. Okay, I do. This is the 195 that I was talking about. Salvage those two.
Wanna see
Alright,
what you'll get?
chess pieces again.
See you soon. Lucky you.
Is that ancient chest? Not yet. Still non-ancient on the list.
Fortune favors. What a steal. What? I didn't even know I had that thing. You look like you could use a new one. Do come back again. What a steal.
Still non-ancient. Okay, let's continue working on the stricken.
I'm still waiting. Need more time as we get accustomed to life. I'm still waiting. Revenge.
I don't know which way I'm going. Oh, I see the conduit.
I'm still waiting.
Uh,
Not ready yet.
wrong way. So it's either this way or up top left. Top left. Great. This is the one map that's like one of the worst.
Not ready yet.
At least it wasn't the super windy one.
I'm still waiting. Need more time.
Shielding. What a waste. That conduit was terrible.
I'm still waiting.
Nobody to use the
Need more time.
Oculus Ring for.
Sweet revenge. Not ready yet.
Double keeps floor 2 and 3. Thank you, game.
Do you want more? Not ready yet.
Shielding? Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Power, thank you.
Yes.
Alright. Let me just get my stricken to 25.
I need to go back.
2 more games.
The blood
have more control now.
Ooh, an all resist version. Hmm. Take a. Don't know if I've gotten. Thank you so much. That scared me. Oof. Timing. I was busy taking a screenshot too. What's in my cube? The satchel, belt, and royal ring. I'm using this fortress because this was my solo primal fortress from after I got through 66, 69, and then 72. I got a solo primal fortress. Last season I got a better fortress in the middle-ish, like 1 month in. I got, well, maybe 3 weeks in last season. I got a really good, like, amazing poison damage range fortress CDR, well, 24 AD CDR version. But this time I didn't get a good one. It's okay one, so I'm using fortress the whole time. Yeah, and I play zero augments since, well, I pushed up to 130 with zero augments, by the way, like past few days. So you can see here, zero augment helmet, zero augment shoulder, zero augment. Yeah, I'll show it here. You will see them shortly. Zero augment, 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 non-ancient, non-ancient, zero augment, non-ancient, zero augment. But I got this done from my GR124 first try clear. So in the title, right, in my long title, you will see most of those attempts are all first tries with zero augments and however many ancients I had at that time. And my cube, like I said, satchel, right? Because I'm using the usual two one-handers. So the satchel is in the cube, the belt for the God DH, primary skill belt that you want, and the royal ring. And then my skill bar is basically, I got this skill bar since season 24, right? But my skill bar is basically the Soul Shard Sliver of Terror skill bar, where you use practically all cooldown skills that are related, that can be with cooldown. I use cooldown way. I don't like special recipe because of my muscle memory, and also by the time, if you're pushing halfway through your rift, right? Let's say about 50%, depending on your map. So the ideal maps, especially like let's say Fields of Misery, whatever, Weeping Hollow, Fields of Misery, like you get multiple elite packs, you're gonna get super pressured on your special recipe rune of the smoke screen, and then your discipline will be really low, and then you'll be in trouble during pushing. So for me, I prefer Vanishing Powder. Okay, so that's how I play it. This is how I play it. Now in speeds, I could change my fourth passive, the numbing traps, to like steady aim, archery, whatever that you want. That's a little bit better, even mobility wise and so on for speed GRs. But I just keep it as my push setup. I just use my push setup to make my GRs like really smooth. So I pushed one by one, more or less, up to GR 130 back like it's like 4 days ago now that I got the GR 130 zero augments. Yeah. So if I have augments, I would do a lot faster. Now the one thing I would say is that when you play at any point in time, use as much Oculus rings as you can, and also understand the distance that certain Oculus rings have for your elite pack, because you don't actually need to play super close. And the reason why I don't need to play super close is because I'm using Thrill of the Hunt that allows me to extend about 60% of the time that the Bane of the Trapped will get procced to increase the damage, right? So a lot of people don't use Thrill of the Hunt, but that's also because they don't understand to use a more potential of Oculus rings that are on the ground, the golden rings that are on the ground. You can use more than half of them. The most problematic is when people do super fast rifts and then you don't practice enough of the Oculus rings because they spawn way far back that have no potential of advantage. Then when people push the God DH, for example, or do like GR120 or something like that, they don't even use half of their Oculus rings. That's really bad. So most of the time, people actually can't do very well in their GR120, even for God DH this season, or even 125. It's because they don't use enough Oculus rings on the ground. Yeah, no problem. That's a funny. That's another. Well, it has a crit chance there for no reason for a support monk. So like, I mean, I can show like how I do a 120 randomly, right? But I'm not gonna empower it because yeah, I can do a 120 just to show randomly. I don't care. Like oh, by the way, I did the 130 without potion powers as well. At the time, my altar was half done, and I didn't have potion powers, so I did 0 augment and 0 potion power for my GR 130. Fist of Heavens, I mean, it's always been okay. So I don't have a good Oculus Ring yet. Well, now I do, right underneath me. So use the Oculus Ring to your advantage. Well, I didn't see the frost on the ground. But this pack is difficult. This is not a good pack. At least it's a blue elite. But the Oculus Rings are mispositioned to where it delayed on that blue. This of Heaven is good. Um, it's squishy though. Like at some point you'll find it being squishy, right? And this season is a necromancer season, right? So nothing like if you want to compare, there's a pylon on this on the left. If you want a Oculus Ring, for example, so like this, I'm using this Oculus Ring just now because it was like max range shield. So it's a 120. So for this 120, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna check up ahead a little bit. So there's only one elite. The elite's almost half dead anyways. That blue. Which is the favorite season? I would say Ethereal and Soul Shard. Ethereal, the blue weapons season and the Soul Shard that we had the last time. And even the GR effects is okay. The one with the GR effects is also pretty good. But if you want to say manually played, it's the Ethereal and the Soul Shard. Just because you get enough damage reduction. Especially if you use the Sliver of Terror correctly. So like, a lot of people use the Sliver of Terror, right? On the Soul Shard season. But they only use like 3 cooldown skills. That's why just now in the long explanation, I talked about my cooldown skill bar, is because I used it even before Soul Shard ever existed. I was hoping that the Ethereal season would be this season, but I think it's the next one. I think the rotation is that it's gonna be in the next one. Where's my Oculus Ring? Is it under? Okay, it's over here. Double kill. I know it's the other way, actually, right? Yeah, it's the other way. That's alright. Yeah, and that's another reason why I'm not augmenting, by the way. I decided to hold back on my augmenting because last season I pushed to GR 150 already with the Soul Shard. I've never done it. I've never done God DH 150, and I did that last season without fishing, right? I did it without fishing. I did it at 2.6k by 2.6k Paragon, low 2.6k Paragon. I did that GR 150 Soul Shards, God DH without fishing. And when I say without fishing, I don't do the in and out at the door, right? I check the floor 2, I play to like the first 2 pylons or so, or I play until I'm like behind by 2.5, 3 minutes or something. And then if it sucks, then I actually stop, right? But if not, I try to play as best I can and do the usual checks. So you see, this is like what, 4 minute, 4 something GR 120. Zero augments, right? I mean, sure, the gear might be a little bit better than somebody else, right? But I still have non-ancients, and I'm zero augments. So I'm just using like more than half of my Oculus rings in order to do the damage. Now, of course, I did get the best 3 pylons. In the pylon order, I got the 3 best pylons. So then the GR120 is like under 5 minutes because you get the best pylon order, or at least the best 3 pylons. Yeah. But GR120 this season is around, I would say, 4 minutes on average because you have to account for people augmenting. Because I have 10 ancients and I'm not augmented. So if I augmented, it would be 1 minute shorter,
Yes.
right? But on average, GR120 is like 4 minutes with augments. Oh, hey, Carl. For keeps.
Let's see what we can do.
Oh, hey, look, Renslayer Folly. That's hilarious. Why am I getting really weird drops?
Well fought, Nephilim.
Yeah, I'm ranking up the I ranked up my Gem of Ease already to 10, was it 107 or 111 or something like that? 111. Gem of Ease is 111, LOD Gem is 25 now, and then Stricken is almost there. But I randomly showed a GR120 just to show like you can do without augments as well.